Good morning, welcome to the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. It's Junior Final Fours weekend. We had the semis yesterday and it's the finals today. I'm Kaz Bullock here with Adam Masters, and we're going to be with you on the Basketball England YouTube channel throughout today as we bring you all 6 finals taking place. So at 10 a.m. it's going to be the under-16 girls, the Manchester Mystics and the Richmond Knights. At 12:15 is the under-16 boys, the Baltic Stars and the Sussex Storm. At 2:30, the under-18 women, Ipswich taking on City of London Academy, Southwark Pride. Also at the same time as that, 2:30 will be the under-14 boys final, which is the Manchester Magic and the London Warriors. And then rounding out the day at 4:45, we have the under-18 men's final, the Manchester Magic versus the London Elites, and also the under-14 girls, Manchester Mystics, taking on the Richmond Knights. So all finals will be streamed. We'll be here on the main court for the under-16 and under-18s games, but you can watch the under-14s also. Now, Adam, looking forward to today? Probably a ridiculous question.
Yeah, well, here we go. Here we are again. And it wouldn't be the last weekend in April without being at Final Fours, Kaz. We talk about it all the time on a lot of the broadcasts that we do. This is one of our favourite events of the year. And if yesterday's anything to go by, I think today's going to be pretty special.
Absolutely. So the first game of today on the show card, the under-16 girls, is the Manchester Mystics and the Richmond Knights. Now, this is a rematch of last year's final. The Mystics coming away victorious 58-51. So we've seen it before, haven't we? When you get teams in a rematch, the team that came up short always has that extra fire because they know what it was like to come so close.
Well, for sure. I mean, it wouldn't be a finals weekend without Manchester Mystics and the Richmond Knights. And there's definitely a couple of grudges out there on the floor today. As the teams come out now, they both look psyched and ready to go. I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be a great matchup. We've seen these teams so often, we've seen these players so often.
We have, absolutely. So the Manchester Mystics coming into this one 16-0 in the North Premier. They beat Kohler in the they were first. They beat Kohler yesterday in the under-16 game, 53-34, and they were led by Maisie Keys, who had 22 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 6 steals and 2 blocks. An absolutely huge performance from Keys. Irina Bodo adding in 10 points and 17 rebounds with 6 offensive boards and a couple of blocks as well. And this is the under-16 team that were the National Cup winners back in January against Ipswich. So a team that knows what it's like to be in the finals. They've been here before, and I'm sure they're going to be very excited to get third underway. And for Richmond, last year's runners-up, 16-4 in the South Premier Division. That's good for third place. And they beat Ipswich in the semi-final yesterday, 78-71. It was a close one. They were down 10, but came back to take the lead and come away with the win. Precious Godwin was huge for them in that one. 26 points, 3 rebounds and 3 steals, knocking down 6 3-pointers. And Chloe Vella adding in 9 points, 20 rebounds and 3 assists. Now, Richmond like to shoot the 3, and we saw it yesterday. For the Mystics, perhaps they didn't get into the 3-point shooting rhythm that they normally do. So that is going to be an absolute battle today, that 3-point percentage. Who's going to come away on top?
Yeah, well, the Mystics were, even by their own ambition and by the coaching staff's ambition, it was quite a scrappy first half. There was maybe some semi-final nerves going on there. But yeah, they definitely like to shoot the 3, and they've got plenty of options from outside, but they've also got options going inside too. A lot of speed, the way that they get down the floor. Obviously, Irene and Maisie Keys lead the way for the Mystics in terms of the offense. But then Richmond, an amazing performance yesterday. Chloe Vella, where I had to look double at the stats and was like, wow. So yeah.
So if we look at the starting fives for both teams, for the Manchester Mystics, it will be Maisie Keys, Irina Boado, Elisandra Costa, Alexandra Hernandez, and Sarah Blake-Smith. For Richmond, it will be Neve Reguette, Chloe Vella, Precious Godwin, Maddie Warren, and Carmen Price. So we've got about a minute to go until tip-off.
I'll say something else as well, Kaz. It wouldn't be Final Fours or an event here without Big Dog Ball in here, leading the charge on the court, stands in front of us, getting the crowd hyped up.
Stan the man.
Mate's over there on the turntables. It's just not a Basketball England event without Big Dog Balling in the house.
It's not at all. 2 of the hardest working men in British basketball, always putting on a show for the fans. I don't know how Stan's still talking after 10 straight hours of commentating live in the arena yesterday, keeping the crowd hyped.
The man's a machine, but always got a smile on his face, loves these events, and we love having him here.
Definitely, definitely, and it was so great to see the turnout yesterday. The stands were packed.
Yep.
We had people 3-4 rows back, lining the court, trying to get in to see some of the action. We had some fantastic games yesterday, and I'm sure today is going to just match up to that as well.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, Kaz, where we're sat today, courtside, is heaven compared to last year, because those of you who remember, me and Stan sat on rows 1 and 2 in the bleachers, with the fans either side of us, behind us, with drums, with cowbells. I'll never forget Liv Foster's brother with his drum right next to us the whole day. It was an absolute blast.
It's not a Final Fours weekend without Ethan Foster making some noise.
Yeah, and I believe he's flying in from somewhere to be here today, so I'd imagine he'll be here bringing the noise at some point.
He's on his way back from Greece to support his sister in the under-18 final. That will be Ipswich playing Cola at 2:30. So teams coming onto court. We're about to get things underway. So stay tuned to the Basketball England YouTube channel throughout the day. If you go on the Basketball England website, they have a great programme for this weekend's events. You can follow along with live stats, get updates, interviews from coaches and players as well. And the ball is up and we're underway. It's going to be first possession to Richmond. Warren passing inside. And shots no good there from Vella. Rebound Richmond though. And Price puts it back in. First points of the game go to Richmond. Keys for the Mystics. Hands it off to Hernandez. That's too strong. But it's just picked up and put back in by Blake Smith. Reguette over to Price. Run to Warren. Loses it. It's picked up by Hernandez. Hernandez powering down the court against Vella. Going all the way. Can't get it to finish. But Keys is there for the rebound. And out to Obodo for the long 2. That's too strong. Ball's out and it's off Richmond, so it stays with the Mystics. And now Adam, we saw Alex Hernandez there, picking up the steal, getting into transition. And that is something we see from her a lot. We see from that a lot from this Mystics team as a whole. Well,
that's Alex Hernandez's game. Get the ball, usually have a steal or an outlet pass, go down the court in for the lay-in. I'm sure that was just a couple of nerves in the final there, missing that one. But yeah, very much part of Alex's game. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that today from her.
And Alex Hernandez as well had the experience of playing at the Under-18 Four Nations tournament in Cardiff just a few weeks ago. Fantastic experience for her. As Vela looks to answer at the other end, just a bit short. And Reguette can't quite keep it in, so it's off Richmond and the Mystics will get the ball back. And a couple of players here. So on the Mystics squad, we've got Maisie Keys and Irene Abodo also playing in the Under-18 squad. So they're going to be playing again in a couple of hours' time, as they did yesterday. Played 2 games yesterday.
Yeah. It's a very busy weekend for Maisie and Irene. Slappy coming up just short yesterday.
And that's a fantastic handoff there from Hernandez to Blake Smith, as she has all 6 of the Mystics' points so far. Warren steps through inside. That's a tough move. I'm looking for that not to drop. Abodo, round to Costa. Costa driving inside. Scoop layup's good. What a move to step round the much taller Vela. And that's an 8-2 Mystics lead. And the Mystics here look like they've come out quite firing here today, Adam. Yesterday was maybe a little bit of a slower start than they might have liked.
Well, it's quite the reverse from yesterday. They've come out straight off the blocks there, and if anything, Richmond looking a little bit nervous at the moment. But hey, it's early days, it means nothing at the moment.
Costa kicks it out to Abodo. 3's up, and that's too strong. Reguette pulls down the rebound. Over to Price.
There you go.
And finishes.
And it's just little plays like that, Kaz, will settle the nerves in a final like this. You get the pass, you get the score, and all of a sudden the nerves start to settle.
And Irene Abodo gets on the board for the Mystics. That's knocked out, it's intercepted by Hernandez over to Keys. Keys is going all the way, steps through to the basket and lays it in, and that is typical Maisie Keys. You see that move from her so many times. And Hernandez steals it away. Over to Costa, who finishes off the glass, and the Mystics out to a really hot start here early on in the first, 14-4.
I was about to say, I'd imagine the timeout's going to get called any second, and just as I thought it, the horn went. But big start from the Mystics there, out to a 14-4 lead already. They mean business, Kaz.
They do. And when you're the defending champs, you've got the target on your back. You know people are going to want to take you down, and especially when it's a rematch of last year.
Well, you always want to defend what's yours, and that goes for any team that are defending a championship. So they're very obviously going to want to keep hold of what is theirs, and Richmond are very much going to want to spoil that party for them. So, you know, we're only 3 minutes in. There's a lot of basketball left to play.
Absolutely, and leading the way for the Mystics, Sarah Blake-Smith, 6 points in the game. Alexander Hernandez, though, 3 steals already in just about 3.5 minutes of play.
Well, it's like we say, that's Alex's game. She comes in, she gets the steal, and then trying to catch her off the dribble down the floor is nigh on impossible. So you said it, that's Alex Hernandez's game. And like you also said, Maisie Keys doing what she does as well, so good at getting to the basket off the dribble. You know, she's got that long stride, always finds her way to the basket.
So back underway, it's going to be a Richmond ball from the end line. And Reguette going against Hernandez. Godwin hands it off. We see Ipswich into the game for the first time. Price stepping through. Oh, loses it, and it's picked up by who else? Hernandez. As she stops and pulls up and nails the jumper. No basket though. Travel call on that shot. ball's back with Richmond. Leggett. And draws the foul. That's on the floor, so it'll be end line Richmond ball. As Godwin looks to get it in. Warren swings it round. Isaac driving to the basket. She's doubled. Kicks it out to Warren for three. That's too strong. And there'll be a shot clock violation. And refs just conferring. Think they were checking if there's a call before the end of the shot clock. And yeah, shot clock violation called. It will be Mystics' ball. Mystics doing a very good job there defensively, forcing the clock to run down and forcing Richmond into a last second shot. Hernandez driving. Pass around. Keys picks it up. And Keys, she's triple team, tries to get the shot off. Can't. Some great D there. Bade Isaac. Getting her hands on the ball, just making it difficult for Keys to get the shot up. On a great pass into Blake Smith. She's got 8 so far. Isaac controlling things for Richmond. Out to Leggett. Leggett with a floater, just a bit too strong. Hernandez pulls the rebound out. Bodo driving baseline, puts it up, can't get that to drop, but it's going to stay with the Mystics. Keys looking to inbound, into Blake Smith, manages to keep it alive. No, she doesn't. That is going to go out of bounds. And again, some good D from Richmond here, Adam.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Richmond will lock you down every time. I mean, their big threat, obviously, Neve Leggett. You just don't know she's on the ball now. I've noticed somebody in the comments saying she's going to go off, and we've seen it so many times before.
Price going inside, draws the foul. That is going to be the second team foul on the Mystics. And that's on Sarah Blake Smith. That's just her first. And that's going to send Price to the line. As you can see they're just about to get the shot up. Hits the first. And second, no good. Carmen Price gets her first points of the game. Sorry, she's on 4. Costa round to Keys. Aboado passes out, it's nearly stolen away by Leggett, but Hernandez drives to the basket and puts it in. It's an 18-5 lead for the Mystics. Leggett. And kicks it out, she draws the foul on the floor. And Richmond doing a good job here of drawing the foul from the Mystics. They get Mystics on 3 team fouls. The Knights haven't made any so far.
Definitely. I mean, I think that's going to be a real good way for the Knights to get into this, is to get the ball into Regetta's hands, let her drive inside and try and draw that contact.
And that foul there, that's the second foul on Alex Hernandez, which is quite tough for the Mystics, considering she's got 2 points for them so far, but she's also got 4 steals and 3 assists. So she's probably going to have to sit after this timeout's just been called. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Richmond will be fully aware of that as well. They're going to have to. They know that the Mystics have got that many different options. They're going to have to play this very, very strategically in a lot of ways, and just look at the way to, because there's so many individuals that can take over the game on both teams. But at the moment, with Richmond trailing, they're going to have to be looking at, right, how do we slow down Maisie Keys? How do we slow down Hernandez? How do we slow down out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're going over a plan just next to it. I mean, I feel like we're virtually in the timeout.
We're very, very close.
And
see us here.
Yeah, you can see us right there, just behind the timeout. And believe me, it's a lot closer in real life to what it looks on that screen there. But nah, I wouldn't rather be anywhere else right now, Kaz, just right down here in the thick of it, Final Fours.
It's fantastic. I mean, we were here yesterday, but we were sat in the crowd watching the games. We were in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Drums in our ears. Vuvuzelas.
Yeah, it's definitely the highlight of the season for me. It's Final Fours. Just watching out there and seeing who is going to be the superstars of the future in British basketball.
So it's going to be end line Richmond Knights ball. Warren going inside. That's a tough move. Can't get the ball to drop, but love to see the confidence as well. Aboado round to Costa. Kicks it out to Keys. Gets it back, and Costa for three. That's too strong. Taps out. Richmond get the ball back, and we see Dominique Furtado into the game for the Mystics as Alexandra Hernandez takes a seat with those two fouls. Price. And she draws a foul, and Carmen Price, she's been great so far, Adam, drawing the fouls from the Mystics. We mentioned it before. She's just done exactly what you said they needed to do. And Price leading all scorers on Richmond with 5 points. As Sarah Blake-Smith checks out, and we see Molly Finn into the game for the Mystics. Price's first shot is just too strong. Second one bounces out. Keys down to Finn. Out to Costa. Furtado out to Finn, and Finn is another one of those troublesome three-point shooters that the Mystics have on the team. Keys spins, floaters up, no good, but she's going to go to the line for two. You can see there on the replay the spin move from Maisie Keys, a step through, puts the shot up, just draws the contact on the foul.
Well, what Maisie Keys likes to do is she likes to come in off the dribble. She's got that real long stride, so sometimes she'll spin, go 360, or she'll use a Euro step. Very much the Maisie Keys signature move there, getting inside to the basket, and she'll often draw the contact. She makes the first one there.
And Keys yesterday, we mentioned, so she played in the under-16s game, had a fantastic game there. She then went and played in the under-18s game, where she had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 7 steals. She is such a defensive threat. You can see there her long wingspan makes it really easy for her to try and pick players off, as Goodwin drives all the way and draws the foul.
Well, Richmond just can't find an answer on offense at the moment. The Mystics' defense has certainly gotten them locked down.
It has, but if they're getting to the line and if they can get their points that way,
exactly,
it's definitely going to benefit them. So Precious Goodwin at the line. She's been playing England under-14s this year. She's part of that squad that's heading over to Serbia in June for camp and games, and they'll be playing like local opposition. Really good opportunity, really good experience for those players.
Well, you've been seeing a lot of these kids over the last few months at the international stuff, Kaz. It must be like seeing old friends on all the teams at the moment.
It is. It's great to see them and get to see players in so many different tournaments.
For sure.
Finn picks it up, fires a three, too strong. Oh, and it's picked up by Costa, who puts it back in. Isaac driving. Can't finish. Picked up by Price. Turns and spins. No good. Furtado. Round to Finn. Finn fires for 3. Too strong, but it's a good look from Molly Finn. We've seen her hit those ones. And Godwin, she's chased down by Keys. And Keys just puts enough pressure on there to force the shot off.
But then Godwin also managed to just get in the way enough there to force a little turnover there. The Mystics didn't really know what had happened, but I think it might have come off Don Furtado's foot.
And Amisha Okada-Leroy checks in for Richmond as Precious Godwin heads to the bench. Reguette for 3. Too strong. And it's chased down by Finn. Keys out to Aboado. 3 just spins out, but Finn gets to the offensive board. As Aboado kicks it back out to Finn. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Keys, 4 seconds. Driving. Scoop layup. Doesn't go, but again, maybe Keys draws the foul and she's going to head back to the free throw line.
It's that move again, just coming in from the left-hand side there, striding inside. Draws the contact, and once again at the foul line. And
it's really difficult to stop because you see the length of Keys' arms, so she's able
long,
to scoop it round.
Those long arms, long legs. Dangerous, dangerous under the basket.
The first free throw doesn't go for Keys. Second one route rolls out. And Finn manages to keep control of that, nearly lost it. Gets it back to Keys. Mystics with a 22-7 lead here with just under 2 to play in the first quarter. Keys steps back. Over to Costa. Driving inside. And foul's called on the floor. I thought Vella was doing a really good job there with just her presence inside, because obviously she's one of the bigger players on the court. And her presence is going to put the, forcing her to step round. It
almost looked like Costa kind of ran into her as much as she put the leg out there. But no, I thought Vella got herself into a good position there. Obviously, she's far and away the tallest player on the floor right now.
Costa's shot doesn't fall, but Furtado just tips it back out. That's Dominique Furtado just been in the right place at the right time. Won't class as a rebound, but she'll get the tip. And Keys steps through. Shot doesn't fall. As Aboada just hands it off to Costa. Can't get the 3 to drop. And Richmond here looking to answer. Okada-Leroy off to Isaac. Aboado going all the way. She's too strong off the glass. Reguette. Price swings it round. Vella stepping through. Great move to the basket.
You know what? That's the nicest basket that Richmond have had so far. Patient, beautifully passing the ball around there, using every member of the team there.
Yeah.
And then they just managed to force the backcourt violation there.
Yeah, as Costa passed back to Keys.
What a spark there for Richmond. Great basket.
And that's what they want to do towards the end of the first quarter. You want to try and finish strong. And as you say, the patient ball movement, passing it round has worked really well for them. As a travel call is just called on Richmond.
Well, what a crazy sequence. 2 really weird turnovers there.
Keys out to Finn. Aboado in the corner. Keys going against Vella. Out to Furtado. And she's blocked. Richmond pick it up. Isaac going against Finn. Isaac, tough move.
Tough move.
Count it, and the foul. Bade Isaac. heading to the free throw line, and that is a spark that the Richmond Knights need.
Yeah, I wondered if they'd repeat a great basket after the last one there, and they certainly did. Beautiful movement there from Richmond. Is it really patient there as she went to the basket, nails it, and she gets the and one.
Can't finish the three-point play, but Price keeps it alive for Richmond. And a fantastic pass over to Vella, and she's going to go to the line again. 2 consecutive chances for a three-point play for Richmond.
Yeah, and they're psyched. That meant a lot to them there.
And they're the kind of plays that give you that confidence, give you that boost.
Yeah,
they've cut this down to a 10-point lead now.
Yeah.
And that is foul number 1 on Irina Bodo. So Chloe Vella at the line. Can't finish on the three-point play. If you're Richmond here, you just want to play some tough D. Stop the Mystics getting a shot off and keep it to a 10-point game. As Bodo drives, shots no good, and they do. So a real strong finish.
Yeah, now what I was just going to say there, Kaz, is what the Mystics don't want to do is try and go head-to-head and match the basket that Richmond have just scored. Probably a good job there for Rob Fairley's team that the horn went, because Richmond just got themselves into a really nice bit of rhythm there. Great end to the quarter for Richmond.
So the Mystics had a 16-point lead, and Richmond having cut it down to 10. A real strong last 90 seconds or so for them. And leading the way for Richmond, it is Carmen Price. 5 points, 5 rebounds in the game so far. And for the Manchester Mystics, it is Sarah Blake-Smith, who has 8 points and 3 rebounds.
Please do join us in the chat if you're with us on YouTube. Really nice to see Tejan Riget saying, "Now we're playing." Yeah, you know it.
And again, Neve Riget, Chloe Vella on the England under-15 squad. They're going to be heading to Serbia in May for that camp. And they've been at Glow Basket in April. Earlier this month, playing under-15s there. And it's just, again, we always talk about this, Adam, but it's so great to see the talent that we have in this country that's coming through. We get to see them at tournaments like this, and the opportunity for players like Neve and Chloe to go to Serbia, travel around really, and get to play in tournaments, get to experience a camp together and work with other players.
Well, you know what? It's the dream, isn't it? You know, for any young athlete, getting to travel into Europe and around the world, playing the sport that they love. Some great opportunities in this sport now. The game gets stronger and stronger each year, and the talent as well just never ceases to amaze me, just how much talent we've got in this country.
So back underway in the second quarter. Can Richmond continue their hot start, or hot finish to the end of the first?
Yeah.
And they have there, forcing a turnover, forcing a travel call. So Richmond here have got a chance to cut this to a single-digit game. And we're going to see Maria Bianco check in. As Dominique Furtado goes to the bench for the Mystics. Riget. Oh, great screen. Ricardo Leroy. Round to Price. Go about the three. Is it? 3 seconds to shoot. Pass inside to Price. Oh, can't finish underneath the basket. Finn. Costa's pass is intercepted by Price. Gets it over to Ricardo Leroy. Hands it off to Isaac. And again, just can't finish, but some really good looks here from Richmond.
Yeah, some great looks. The Richmond coach is going insane next to us there. You've got to make these ones count.
And ball just goes through the hands of the Mystics. And we'll have a timeout. Rob Fairley calling a timeout for the Mystics, wants to talk things over. And if you're Richmond, you've not finished those baskets. that you've had to start here in the first minute or so, but you've got to be pleased with how, aside from that obviously defensively, you've got to be pleased with how you've got there, you've got the look,
they're getting
you've just got to
into the
finish.
position, that's what they've got to do, they've got to get those looks, get in those positions. So a real scrappy first minute there in the start of the second quarter here, but you know, Richmond gassed themselves at the end of the first there. And once again, I feel like we're in Richmond's timeout. For those of you wondering just how close to the action we are, every time Richmond sub in, they're literally sat on Kaz's knee waiting to go into the game.
You might send me in.
Yeah.
I don't think I can pass for an under 16.
You got your shoes with you, Kaz?
Yeah, always ready.
Have you got your shot with you?
I've got my shot with me.
We know that your shot's always ready, Kaz. Kazzy B, not only the great commentator that she is, but you catch her in the wing and she'll bury him every time. Ask anybody in Manchester.
It's a legendary mid-range. We're back on court here. I mean, hey Adam, it's what, 10:30 this morning?
It's getting loud in here. Yeah, I'm just looking behind me there. I can see a lot of Mystics fans. I can see the Mystics under 14s here watching.
Warren controlling things for Richmond. Kicks it out to Reguette. Price, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Price stepping through, kicks it out. Ball's around to Carter. Leroy's got to put the shot up. Too strong. I would have liked to see Price take that inside. Yeah. It looked like she'd almost done the difficult part and stepped through the players.
No, definitely, I agree with you. Godwin checking back into the game.
Finn. Costa. And to Bianco. And it's stolen away by Reguette.
Good defence. There she goes.
Oh, tough for that not to drop as Reguette was just powering down the court. You could see her outpacing the Mystics.
Yeah.
Bianco looks to get it into Keys. And she's doubled out to Costa. Three's no good. And it's picked up by Price. Warren's just going to look to reset here. Spins working against Bianco. Bella, great move to the basket.
Oh, look at that. What a great move there from Bella.
Loved that fake. That was a great pass fake.
Using her size to her advantage there. Beautiful basket.
And Price picks it off, gets it over to Warren. Out to Bella. Godwin for three. Too strong. And Finn and Price fighting for the jump ball. And it's called a travel on Richmond. Really unfortunate there. But you love the hustle from Carmen Price.
It's almost like Richmond have now hit the switch. This is getting intense.
8-point game. And Reguette's going to take a seat. Costa, back to Keys, over to Hernandez, back into the game. Blake Smith passes a bit too strong, but it's picked up by Costa. Aboado working against Vela. And that's too strong, and that's great D and great presence again from Vela in the paint. Warren out to Godwin. Three's up, and that's too strong. She had 6 in yesterday's game. As Hernandez steps through, her shot doesn't fall. Ball's bouncing about. It's chased down by Keys. And that pass is picked off by Vela. Vela steps through to the basket.
Oh, lucky.
And just a bit too strong. be a foul call on Precious Godwin.
No, I think we've got a nice matchup here, Kaz. Sarah Blake-Smith and Vela. There's going to be a nice little matchup on the inside there, but Vela, something sparks, and she's having herself a great game now.
She's got 6 points, 4 rebounds, and I mean her presence isn't going to show on the stat sheet, is it?
Yep.
It's not going to be on live stats, but she's playing so well inside. So 23-15, the Manchester Mystics lead over the Richmond Knights. We've got just over 6 minutes to play here in the first half. And it's been, again, this is a rematch of last year's final. It's been a battle.
It's now got all the feelings of a rematch, you know. It's got all the feelings of a junior Final Four game, but there's also now that element of rematch. No, neither teams want to lose this game. Got two of the most competitive teams in the country. Both exceptionally well coached on both sides. And, you know, under 16s girls, this is the best of the best.
It is, and a lot of these players are under 16. They aren't 16.
Well, this is it. You know, these are young players. But with some of them, it feels like the veterans. You know, like the Rigettes, the Maisie Keys. You know, we've seen these guys so much.
So, yeah, and especially for the Mystics. So, assistant coach Hannah Altis, she's been coaching Maisie Keys, Irina Bodo, and Molly Finn since they were at under 12s.
It's incredible, isn't it? So still a couple of years left for these players.
Hernandez over to Costa. Costa draws the foul on that shot, so she's going to go to the line. And Richmond they're picking up full court.
Now that's the second foul on Vela. Now I just wonder if Coach Rob Fairley has said, attack Vela, try and get her in foul trouble. You know, if you go towards her, see if you can draw that contact.
Because she's been so effective inside. And
absolutely, at both ends of the floor.
You wonder if she might have to take a seat, or if Coach O'Mearan's going to let her play with those two fouls.
Well, there's nothing better than ruining the momentum of the team by someone getting in foul trouble.
Yeah.
You know, once somebody's in foul trouble and they have to sit down, the plan has to change quickly.
Price's shot doesn't fall, and Vela there, you just spoke about it, Adam. She didn't get to save the ball in, but you just love that she's going after it. And she's been a real spark for Richmond. Costa, Hernandez is ahead, steps through to the basket, and it just bounces out. And again, she steps round Vela, but Vela just being there, being in the paint, means you just have to take that split second to try and work out where you're going to go, and it just can put your shot off just that little bit, so much that it bounces out like that.
So please leave us comments on the YouTube stream, tweet us, hit us up, let us know that you're joining us here in Final Fours, messaging from Karen and Renee who are watching from home.
Vela backing down Blake Smith. Vela off the glass, bit too strong. Obodo out to Keys, steps back for three. Doesn't fall. And Vela fighting for the rebound. That's her fifth. So lead is back up to 10 for the Mystics. Sideline ball for the Knights. Godwin with the inbound. Into Rigette. Back to Godwin. Fires for three and draws the foul, and that is going to be foul number 3 on Alexander Hernandez.
That's a big moment, that. Hernandez picking up her third foul. If Godwin's going to go to the line to shoot 3, I think Hernandez knew that she was going to have to sit down, and we might not see her for the rest of the half now.
Yeah, that's tough for Hernandez.
Yeah.
As Ravimbo Chinamasa checks in. And Godwin will be at the line for 3. Hits the first. So if you're the Mystics here, obviously Hernandez, she's been really impactful defensively with those 4 steals so far. You need to kind of not let that shake you, knowing that she's not going to probably be back in.
Maisie Keys a little enthusiastic getting to the block out there.
So Godwin hits the first 2. And 3 of 3 from the line for Precious Godwin. It's a 7-point game. Chinamasa swings it around to Keys. Blake Smith with the shot, doesn't go. And ball's out. And you saw, I don't know if you just caught that there, and just that possession there, Chinamasa kind of almost stalled, and so did Vela, because I think they heard a whistle, but I don't know if you can see on the stream, we're so close to the next court, you can hear the whistles from the other game, and it can be quite confusing.
It's very confusing. There's been a couple of times this weekend when I've heard a whistle and then looked to the floor and gone, why is nobody stopping? But then realised it's actually on the other court.
Warren out to Reguette. Godwin, 3's up. That's no good. Rebound chased down by Vela. Can't keep hold of it though as Keys picks it up. Costa driving baseline, hands it off to Blake Smith, who somehow manages to get that to drop. Vela. Reguette kicks it out. Godwin around the baseline, steps through. That's a really tough move. And 3's too strong for Richmond. Godwin there, driving the baseline, somehow manages to dance down there.
Yeah.
Costa, Richmond picking up here. Full court, Mystics need to get it over the line, and they do. Over to Costa, puts the floater up, and that's good.
Nice little floater there from Costa.
And that takes her to 11. Godwin. So is it? Godwin gets it back. Into Vela. Oh, Godwin's getting so much space here around the edge of the 3-point line. Is it fires for 3? That one doesn't go. And it's saved by Reguette. As Warren drives, and again, Richmond just doing all the hard work, just can't get the ball to fall through the basket. And the Bowen drives all the way.
Irene's in the house, that's what she likes to do.
Godwin round to Vela. Is it? Godwin in the corner, 3's up, no good. And the ball movement that Richmond are doing, they're making space for Godwin in the corner, and they're going to start dropping. She's getting some good looks. Costa for 3. No good.
Vela working hard under the basket again there. Big presence. 6 foot. She's the height on this Richmond team for sure, Kaz. And I think possibly along with Sarah Blake Smith, 2 6-footers there.
That's the battle that we're seeing inside.
Yeah. Definitely, you love to see those kind of matchups.
Reguette out to Godwin. Can't get the 3 to drop. And Abodo comes powering down the court, steps through. Oh, too short underneath, but that's the speed of Irene Abodo. Godwin with the spin. Oh,
nice
tough move.
Well, there's a mismatch in height there between Godwin and Blake, and she came out on top there. Great basket from Godwin.
Godwin's got 7 points so far, leading the way for Richmond. For the Mystics, Alexandra Costa has 11.
The rhythm section has begun in the crowd also. It's going to get loud in here today.
Reguette working against Costa. Reguette floaters up and spins out, gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Three's up, too strong, and it's pulled down by Blake Smith. Keys. And Blake Smith manages to save that for the Mystics. Aboado, time for three. That's no good, but offensive rebound Mystics. Costa. No good, and again, that's the defensive presence of Vela.
Yeah. Costa feeling the full impact of Vela twice there. Once in the paint, and then as she was getting up, she seemed to get up into her arm.
So it's end line, Mystics ball, just last touch Richmond there. As Shinamasa looks to get it in. On a great handover to Aboado, who just finishes underneath the basket. And that takes Irene Aboado to 6. We'll get over to Godwin. Leggett kicks it over. Great step through by Duffy. Leads down to 11. Costa all the way to the basket. Vela looked like she got a hand on that, but it's chased down by Aboado. And Aboado, she's blocked. Leggett with speed going all the way to the basket. Leave Leggett.
Everyone in the Richmond crowd on their feet for that one. Great basket.
5 seconds to go. Keys. Out to Costa. Costa for 3. Too strong. And that is going to do it for the end of the first half. 33-24. The Manchester Mystics lead over the Richmond Knights. It's a 9-point game. The Mystics have been up by 16 and Richmond have just been fighting back since the end of the first quarter, sorry.
Couple of interesting stats there. So Mystics leading Richmond 38-24 on the boards. And also points from turnovers, 11 points for the Mystics, just 1 for Richmond. But apart from that, it's been a pretty even game statistically. On turnovers, both teams on 11, steals 5-4.
Both teams yet to hit from behind the arc as well, which is unusual for both of those teams.
That's unusual, yeah, because obviously we know that both teams have got 3-point shooters, both 0 from 10. So
leading the way for the Manchester Mystics, it is Alessandra Costa, who has 11 points, 3 rebounds. And Sarah Blake-Smith having a fantastic game so far, 10 points, 8 rebounds. And for the Richmond Knights, it is Precious Godwin on 7. And Chloe Vela has 6 points along with 7 rebounds.
Well, so far Sarah Blake-Smith has been the player for me, Kaz. 10 points and 8 rebounds. She's virtually already assured herself a double-double there, but she's been huge in this first half for the Mystics.
She has, and like you said, that battle between her and Chloe Vela inside,
very
so
nice
fun
match
to watch.
Up. Yeah,
and it's been playing out really well.
Yeah, Chloe Vela also had a strong first half, as you say, 6 points, 7 rebounds. I'm sure she's going to come up big in the second half.
You've got to look at Carmen Price here as well. So 5 points, 8 rebounds, but 4 offensive boards, and that's so crucial.
Yeah.
Getting those second chance points.
And in terms of the foul situation, only really Alex Hernandez for the Manchester Mystics in a little bit of trouble on 3 fouls. So I'd imagine she'll sit for a good part of the third quarter because they're going to need her down the stretch.
Yeah, a very close game as we head into half-time. So we are just going to take a quick break and we'll be back with you in around 6 minutes' time. Welcome back. We're getting ready for the third quarter between the Manchester Mystics and the Richmond Knights in the under-16 girls final. The Mystics currently have a 33-24 lead as we head into the third. And Richmond have been absolutely fighting back here, haven't they, Adam, after a really hot start for the Mystics in the first quarter?
Oh, yeah, I mean, the Mystics got off to a great start and they got a good stretch of a lead out, but Richmond persevered, got some big buckets from the players that you'd expect to come up big, have come up big. And towards the end of the second quarter, really getting in the groove there. So I'd say that for Rob Fairley, you know, half-time came at a good time for him just to stop that rhythm that Richmond had got into, but all it does is sets us up for a great second half. I'm psyched, I can't wait for it.
Absolutely, and we saw yesterday, Richmond were down yesterday in that semi-final that they played against Ipswich. They were down 10 but came back to win by 7, so you know, don't count Richmond out.
Well, look, in these Final Four, in these junior tournaments, if there's a team that's down, it doesn't mean anything, because we see some amazing comebacks. You know, we see some tight games over the weekend, and certainly going back through time, some unbelievable games that have been back and forth, and I expect that we're going to see some of that this weekend.
I think my favourite memory of one of these weekends is I remember on one of the far court, we had a team down, I don't know, 25-30. It was emptying out a little bit about half time. I know I was one of the people that left, and then everyone was going crazy saying they're coming back, and they won.
I want to say that was maybe the under-14 boys Magic team, it rings a bell. Yeah, I mean.
But hey, that's the beauty of basketball. You can't ever count anyone out. So teams are coming back on court.
And just, sorry Kaz, on the other court I can see some familiar faces. Ipswich warming up out there. So recognise a few of those players from a few weeks back.
Absolutely, they're at the half-time point of their third place playoff in the under-16 girls game against Cola Southwark Pride. Ipswich currently have a 2-point lead, 24-22 as they go into half-time. But back on court here, it's going to be Richmond ball to start things off. And we got a 9-point game. Godwin, pass inside to Bella's picked off. Alexandra Costa gets it over to Oboado. Oboado stepping through to the basket, drops it in.
That's just the basket the Mystics needed at the start of the half there. Irene going inside.
That takes us to 8 points along with 5 rebounds. Warren, great pass into Vella, comes up against Blake Smith. Vella lays it in off the glass, and that is a fantastic move from her. Costa, and it's nearly stolen away by Vella, but bounces into the hands of Hernandez, who hands it over to Blake Smith.
Great pass. Well, I've got to say, Kaz, I'm surprised to see Alex Hernandez on the floor this early in the half with those 3 fouls. She's going to have to be careful. Such an intense player, you know, the speed she goes at, it's easy to pick up little fouls here and there. It
can be difficult as well, can't it? Because she sat probably from around the halfway point of the second quarter. You maybe don't want to leave her till the halfway point of the third, because then it's a good sort of 10-15 minutes she's not been playing.
For sure.
As Hernandez passes out to Keys. Costa, 3's up, no good. But she picks up the rebound. Keys out to Oboado. Her 3's short.
Well, these 3's just not dropping for either team so far. Still think both teams on 0 in the ball game.
Reguette passes over to Vella. I love the speed with which Reguette plays. Vella turns.
Oh, nice move. I tell you what, Vella, she's on fire. Beautiful move inside. Everything you want out of a big. Working hard in the paint. Nice spin move, bucket.
Oboado, and she draws the foul. So Irene Oboado heading to the line. And Irene Oboado, she's a great player to watch since the Mystic squad. She was playing for the under-14s last year, also playing up to the under-16s. Last year when she played for the under-16s, she dropped 40 points and was the finals MVP.
Well, this is what we talk about. You know, some of these players are like veterans to Final Four, and you know they're still playing under-16 basketball. I mean, Irene being one of those, Maisie Keys another, you know, Alex Hernandez. We see these guys year in, year out, and they're still playing under 16s ball.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
As Abodo goes 2 of 2 from the line, increases the Mystics' lead to 11. Price working away inside, out to Godwin. That three's up, and again, that's too strong. Both teams really struggling from 3 today. Abodo, Keys calling for it. Inside to Costa, it's picked up. And jump ball is called. That is going to stay with Richmond. Sorry, that's going to stay with the Mystics. Yeah, it's Mystics sideline. Keys are into Costa. Hernandez. And that's stolen away by Vela. Again, Vela doing such a good job inside, clogging the paint. Price swings it round. Briggette's threes up. And again,
still
doesn't
no
drop.
threes.
Oh, that's tapped. Price did a great job there, tapping the ball out, manages to get it back. Picks it over to Vela. And 5 seconds on the shot clock. Price. Vela. Threes up. No good. And Keys controlling it for the Mystics. Over to Hernandez. Blakesmith, great ball movement here from the Mystics. Abodo can't finish under the basket. Vela. Is it? And pass is just a bit too strong. It's going to go out of bounds. The Mystics will get it back. We've got an 11-point lead here for Manchester. 6:19 to play in the third. Costa. Picked off by Isaac. Hernandez steals it back. That's a 5th of the game. Costa over to Abodo. And runs into Vela. But Abodo manages to save it in. That's great hustle from Irene Abodo. Out to Hernandez for 3. And that's short.
Well, it's just not a day for threes today, Kaz.
It's not, is it?
Neither team hitting from outside the arc.
Brigette. And she draws the contact. Neve Brigette heading to the line.
Mystics 0 from 11, Richmond 0 from 13 from behind the arc.
See Brigette there. And that's a foul on Blakesmith. That's going to be her 3rd. So Blakesmith and Hernandez both on 3 fouls for the Mystics. And Vela just on 2 for Richmond. Free throw bounces out, but it's picked up by Vela. Handed off to Price. Brigette thought about the 3, drives through to the basket. Great step through. 9-point game. Abodo over to Costa. And Isaac getting her hands in the way, knocking it out of bounds, going to stay with Manchester. Keys over to Costa. Hernandez, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Elisandra Costa. Needs to get something up. Don't think the Mystics realise how much time.
Good defence, Richmond. Yeah. Maisie Keys looks frustrated there because despite some good passing, Richmond just hung in there and played good defence and locked them down.
And it can be quite difficult sometimes when you switch ends as Price drives to the basket, lays it in. 7-point game. As when you're not in your own half behind your own supporters, it's so loud here, it's really hard to hear the crowd counting down the shot clock for you. And that's stolen away by Vella. Vella driving, basket pops out. And Aboado grabs the rebound, gets it over to Hernandez. Driving down the court and draws a foul from Price.
Well, Mystics were lucky to get away with that. Maisie Keys calls her team in and they're tucking it over there, but Richmond playing some great basketball now. Looks like a timeout's been called. I figured that who's called it? Is this one for the Mystics?
Yeah.
I think that kind of had to happen. Scrappy sequence there.
Yeah, it's Richmond going on a real run here. Have cut the game down to 7, 39-32. You see there Rob Fairley talking to the team in the timeout. And Richmond doing a real fantastic job here coming out in the third quarter. But we saw that fight back against Ipswich yesterday. They're not gonna lay down. They've been down 16 and they brought it back to within 7.
Richmond, a dangerous team. That sounds like such a crazy thing, but you just can't lose either of these teams. You just can't lose concentration, because if you do, before you know it, you're into a 7-point ball game.
Yeah.
And whilst for you, me, and the people watching, it's exciting when it's a close game. Neither coaches want to get into one of these dogfights where it's tit for tat points.
Definitely not. I always think games like this, they're great if you're a neutral fan.
Oh, wow.
If you're a fan of a particular team, it's very stressful.
Great. Yeah, I mean, the people I feel bad for is the parents and the crowd having to watch this. I mean, both teams with a lot of support here. Obviously, the Mystics possibly with a few more fans being at home, but once again, clumsy pass there from the Mystics.
And Price comes up with it, working against Keys. Price driving all the way, 5-point game. Richmond with a hot hand here in the third. Keys looking for some help. Over to Costa. Furtado. And that's just a bit out of bounds. We're going to stay with the Mystics.
Well, Richmond have ignited themselves here, Kaz, in this third quarter.
They really have.
Brought themselves right into the ball game.
Just a couple of baskets in it. Keys picked off. No, Hernandez saves it. And that is going to go out of bounds.
Mystics starting to look a little bit nervous here.
Yeah, and Richmond here with a chance to cut this just to a single possession game. Bizek hands it off to Price. Price gets the contact. She's going to go to the line. And Carmen Price has been really big here for Richmond. 9 points, 9 rebounds. 3 assists in the game so far. Pulling up 3 steals. So Price is going to be at the line for 2. First shot was a bit too strong. Second one bounces out. Hernandez passes over to Costa. And it's intercepted by Reguet. Leave Reguet with pace here in the third quarter. She's blocked by Aboado. And again, Irene Aboado. Irene Aboa, no, says not in Irene's house. Down the other end, we got a foul.
That was a big defensive play from Irene for sure there.
2 big blocks.
Yeah.
that foul is going to send Keys to the line. That's just the first foul on Misha Akada-Leroy for Richmond. And that's short from Keys. And you love to see that connection there from Aboado and Keys.
Yeah, I mean, you know, these two have played together for so long, you know. Irene just saying, come on, you got this. Both players need each other. And there's a timeout being called here, this time by Richmond. And again, I think it's going to be good for the Mystics to break up that momentum again for Richmond, who certainly a spark has been lit for sure.
It really has. And you know, you almost can't even credit one player with it. I mean, Neve Regette's been fantastic, so is Chloe Vella, Carmen Price as well, just putting the pressure on. And they've all really come out as a team here and been a spark, but my goodness, the speed with which Regette plays, it is fantastic. I love to see it.
Well, we got a double-double already. Vella, 10 points, 10 rebounds. And Carmen Price, 9 points and 10 rebounds, so she's well on the way.
And Blake Smith as well, 12 points, 10 rebounds for the Mystics.
Yeah.
We've got double-doubles coming out of our ears.
Yeah. And it's always nice during these breaks to just see who's milling around. I've just seen Liv Forster is in the house.
Should we play which basketball legends can we spot?
Yeah,
Bingo.
let's have Nate just walked past there, the big dog himself. You can see some legends of the Manchester Magic and Mystics over there. Joe and Maggie Forber in the crowd.
I can spot Hannah Shaw.
Hannah Shaw's in the house.
GB legend, England legend, WBBL legend. Just a general all-round legend.
Yeah.
Loves a good local corner shop as well.
See my my partner in crime, Steve Keary, who I coach with.
We're back underway. Maisie Keys for the Mystics. It's a 5-point game. Round to Hernandez. Over to Costa. Finn's three is up, and that is
finally
good.
We have a three.
Nothing but
the
net.
3-point shot has landed.
And
incredibly.
Hey, when it starts to drop, that can be a bit of a problem, can't it? But that's a huge bucket from Finn there to get the Mystics back, increase their lead, and give them a bit of confidence after having a little bit of a drought. Just got a foul call down the other end, so that is on Irina Aboado. That's her third. So Mystics with Aboado, Hernandez, and Blake Smith on 3 fouls. Vella around to Izzy. Inside to Price. Price working against Keys. Can't get the shot to drop, but she draws the foul. So Richmond going back to the free throw line. As Blake Smith is going to check in. Carmen Price at the line for 2. The shot rolls in. That gives her 10 points to go along with her 10 rebounds. And the really impressive thing for me about Price, Adam, has been that she's got 10 rebounds, 6 of them offensive rebounds.
Yeah. She's playing hard all game.
And Regette with a massive rebound there for Richmond. Kicks it back out to Price. Price puts a shot up and it rolls in
there
again. Huge couple of possessions for Richmond, and we're back to a 5-point game. Hernandez.
We'll look at the press from Richmond now, Kaz.
Costa going against Vella, drops it in. And Price, it's picked off by Hernandez. Ball's loose. Hernandez and Price fighting for it. It's going to be a jump ball.
Well, the handles from Hernandez there, she kind of went between the legs on the floor.
As we see that on the replay, Hernandez tried to pick it up.
Yeah, look at the skills.
And Price drops it in at the other end. So back to a 5-point game. Richmond really putting the pressure on here. Costa over to Keys. Keys needs some help to get it over the line. And that is going to be an 8-second violation. Richmond forcing the turnover. Ipswich into Vella. Vella turns, can't get it to drop, and Blake Smith just leaps out, grabs the rebound. Keys steps through, tough move. She's going to go to the line. And just checking, that is on Vella, so that's going to be her third. So Vella now on 3 fouls.
Yeah, Richmond just pulling Vella out of the game for a couple of minutes. Probably a wise decision from the coach there.
So Amy Duffy checking in. And yeah, Vella probably sit the last couple of minutes of this quarter.
I'd say so, yeah.
Keys' first free throw rolls in. That takes her to 5 points. Second's good as well. Leads back up to 7 for the Mystics. Just over 2 to play here in the third quarter. Carter Leroy down to Price. Price on the baseline, great move to the basket, just can't finish underneath.
Big rebound from Blake Smith there.
Keys passes out to Finn, it's knocked out of bounds by Price. Mystics will get the ball back, and Adam, those kind of players like Price, that's not going to show up on the stat sheets, just knock the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
But when you do that, it just forces the team to have to stop, reset.
Sure.
As we will see Vella coming back in now. So Vella's in for Price with those 3 fouls. Finn backing down Duffy. Round to Keys. Finn floaters up. That's no good. And Isaac driving all the way, just a bit too strong, putting the ball up as Hernandez comes down the court. Hernandez hands it off to Costa, who's going to kick it back out. Costa for 3, no good. Carter Leroy with the rebound. Over to Reguette. And picked off by Hernandez again. Alexander Hernandez going all the way, lays it in. And that is why she's such a difficult player to guard against. She can get the steal, but then she also has the speed to get to the basket at the other end.
She does, and she gets a cool head there. Great move from Alex Hernandez.
Vella, too strong off the glass, gets her own rebound. Out to Carter Leroy for 3. That one's short. Costa. And that's going to be a travel call. So Richmond get the ball back. 32.3 to play in the third. And we're going to see Precious Godwin checking in. Carter Leroy heading to the bench. Godwin, round to Isaac. Godwin hands it off. Gets it back, round to Reguette. Reguette, short jumper, and that's good. And Keys, again, needs some help to get it over the line, gets it over to Finn. And back, stepping through against Duffy. Shot doesn't go at the buzzer, and that is going to do it for the end of the third quarter. A 48-41 Manchester Mystics lead over the Richmond Knights. And what a game we've got on our hands, Adam.
Yeah, we got a ball game, Kaz.
Richmond taking that quarter 17-15. So leading all scorers, Elisandra Costa has 13 points along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Also for the Mystics, Sarah Blake Smith, 12 points, 14 rebounds. And for Richmond, leading the way for them, Chloe Vella, 10 points, 11 rebounds. And Carmen Price, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 6 offensive boards and 4 steals. She's been huge. So 1 more quarter to play. the under-16 girls final. Also going on at the same time, we have the under-16 girls third place playoff between Ipswich and Cola Southwark Pride. They're currently at the end of the third quarter, and Ipswich have a 6-point lead over Cola, 39-33 as they head into the fourth. And on the backcourt, we've got the under-14 boys third place playoff, the London Elite against the Baltic Stars. As we're coming to the end of the third period, London Elite have a 4-point lead with just under a minute to play. So we just got a whole host of close games here.
Well, that's Final Fours basketball.
So back underway here on the court. It's going to be Mystics ball to start off the fourth. Keys for the Mystics, over to Costa. And we should also mention Karina Costa not playing for the Mystics today. Unfortunately got injured shortly. She's been a big part of this team, along with Farida El Howley as well. She was injured, I think, in yesterday's game.
Well, two important players for the Mystics there, and
so they'll be watching very. It's tough at any age, but especially at this level, it's tough to just be watching from the bench. But you know, massive shout out to them and a big credit to them for being part of the team that got here.
The Richmond bench just exploded there with that decision.
Hernandez's first shot doesn't drop. Second one bounces out as well, as Aboado grabs the rebound. Can't finish on the putback, and it's poked about, knocked out, so it's going to be a Richmond ball. So Godwin for the Knights. Godwin. Price inside. Apologies, that's Duffy. Duffy inside. And that takes her to 4 points. Leads down to 5 again. Hernandez. Great step through to the basket again. Draws the foul, and Alexandra Hernandez doing a really good job throughout the game of drawing the fouls.
She's doing a great job. Getting inside, she knows that she can make those baskets all day long, but then if she doesn't, she knows she's usually going to get some contact and find herself on the free throw line.
And Hernandez, we've just got to look at this stat line here. 4 points in the game so far, but 6 steals and 6 assists.
There you go.
3 rebounds. A real key player for this Mystics team. Second one doesn't drop.
Well, she's struggling from the line today.
Keys, short jumper from the free throw line, doesn't go.
Bella with another big rebound there.
Bella out to Godwin. 3 is up, and that is good. What a time for Precious Godwin to hit her first 3 of the game, and Richmond's first 3 of the game. It's a 1-possession game. Hernandez over to Blake Smith, and foul is called on Duffy. That's a huge 3 from Precious Godwin. So it is end line Mystics ball. Costa with the inbound. It's stolen away by Reguette. Reguette powering down the court. Can't finish the layup. And Hernandez had to be careful on that one, as she didn't want to pick up a 4th foul. And as we see, I think a foul was called after the shot. Not sure who that was on.
Well, the referee was number 6. It was on Godwin. Richmond doing a really good job with this press here, Kaz, keeping the Mystics out of the other half. Once again, pressuring them into a clumsy turnover.
And that pressure can just shake you a bit as a team, can't it?
Yeah.
You need to get it over the line. So Richmond with a chance here to tie or take the lead. They were down 16 early as Godwin hands it over to Duffy, who's just unopposed underneath the basket. And it's a tie game, 48 all here. We got 8 minutes to play in the fourth. The Richmond crowd are going wild behind us as Vela nearly steals it away. And it's tougher for both teams because at the moment the Mystics are playing in front of the basket with the Richmond fans, and the Richmond team are playing in front of the side with the Mystics fans. As Hernandez
doesn't go.
Can't get it to drop, and Duffy gets the ball.
Body's all over the place.
It's going to go back with Richmond, so timeout is called here.
Timeout Mystics.
Coach Rob Fairley wants to talk things over with the team. We got a tie game. This is Final Fours basketball.
Certainly is. The Richmond crowd is certainly louder than the Manchester crowd at the moment, Kaz. Because they've clawed their way back into this
right
game.
In front of them,
quite possibly, but if you just look at the faces of both fans, the Richmond fans are fully gassed now because their team have pulled their way right back into this game.
Down 16 early on. It's a tie game. Hey, we saw this before. We saw them when they were playing in their semi-final yesterday against Ipswich. They came from behind and they took a 7-point win. Let's see if they can do that again today against Manchester. If you're Manchester here, Adam, you need to not get rattled by this as difficult as it might be, and that's why they've got some great experience on the coaching staff. You know, you don't want to fall into that trap, and we talk about it a lot, of having to play the game that Richmond want you to play. Keep playing your game.
Exactly. No, I mean it's easy to say, isn't it, when you're watching the game that you can't react to the pressure that you're under. But I mean, 7:45 to go, tied ball game at Final Fours. You know, I challenge anyone to not feel a little nervous in a game like this. The Mystics back on the floor, they're ready. Some focused looking faces there.
Yeah, and whilst the three hasn't been dropping for either team, you think that you
can't help but think that someone's going to start hitting a couple.
Yeah. But there's no need to force them if you don't want to look for the right shot, move that ball around. As Godwin takes on Keys. Godwin drives to the basket, beautiful move to the basket, can't finish. Chases down the rebound, and Reguette, she's blocked, and ball's out.
Rebounds are going to be a huge part of this final few minutes, Caroline. They've got so many people there in the paint. They're going to be relying on these bigs to pull the rebounds down.
And Mystics really winning the battle of the boards at the moment, 58-39. As another 8-second violation on the Mystics, as Richmond are really piling the pressure on defensively. Vela to Reguette. Issei. Duffy. Godwin, 1 second to shoot, needs to put something up. And that's a 24-second violation. Again, I don't think Richmond realised that. Like I do keep mentioning, but it is so loud and it's really hard to hear the crowd counting down.
Definitely. But then at the same time, Mystics did well to lock him down there.
Mystics needs to get it over the line here as Abodo steps over to Costa. Hernandez inside short jumper, too strong, and it's picked up, put back in by Irene Abodo. Huge board and put back for her. Mystics back on top by 2. Reguette spins out to Issei. Duffy, and Hernandez steals it away.
Oh, and then loses it. She gets it back. Look at the hustle from Hernandez.
Round to Costa. Shots up, that's no good. And it's picked off again by Costa. Back to Aboado. Keys. Pass inside is knocked down. That's going to stay with the Mystics. And coach Isaac O'Mearin wants a timeout for Richmond, as the Mystics have a slim 2-point lead with just under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. And here, Adam, the Knights on 14 fouls already for this quarter, so the Mystics can really take advantage of this.
That's a huge advantage that the Mystics are going to have to play on there, definitely, Kaz. One more and they're in the penalty, and you know that the Richmond coaching staff have realised that. Possibly why they've called the timeout to say, look guys, we need to be careful here. One more foul.
And thank you to everybody that's joining us on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Stay tuned all day long. We've got loads more games for you today. We've got the under-16 boys final coming up after this one. That is going to be the Sussex Storm and the Baltic Stars. And also then we have the under-18 men's and women's finals, along with the under-14 finals as well. So make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned all day, because we've got a full day of basketball. Get comfy.
Yeah, we're going to be with you all day.
It's raining outside, stay inside.
Yeah. Or if you're in the local area, get on down to Bellevue and join in the party, because that's what it is right now. It's a party.
Bring a drum, bring a trumpet.
Yeah, live music, bring an instrument. Hell, let's start a band.
We're back on court. 5:58 to play in the fourth. 2-point game as the Mystics have the ball. Costa to Hernandez, driving baseline. Aboado over to Keys. Keys for three. And that's good. Maisie Keys hits her first three of the game. That takes her to 9 points, and that is a big shot for the Mystics.
Big time players come up with big time plays, Kaz, and that was one there from Maisie Keys.
And Aboado chases down the ball. Vela picks it up. Price swings it around to Godwin. Godwin spins. No good, and Blake Smith pulls down another rebound. That's 15 for her. Costa runs into traffic. Puts a shot up, doesn't go. Richmond down 5. We get out to Godwin. Thought about the three. Hands it over to Price. Price, oh, great move under the basket. Can't finish on the reverse. Found herself with a lot of space underneath as Keys hands it over to Costa. And Hernandez picks up the errant pass. And again, Hernandez drawing the foul, and that is going to be on Price. So that is now 5 team fouls on the night. So for the rest of the way, any fouls they commit is going to send the Mystics to the line. Yeah.
Now what's going to be crucial for the Mystics is that they can hit these free throws. Alex Hernandez has had a great game today, but she has struggled from the line a little bit.
And the first one's just a bit short. Both teams struggling a bit from the free throw line today, as Hernandez' second one spins out, picked up by Aboado. She gets her own offensive board and puts it back in, and Irene Aboado is working hard underneath the basket.
See, that's one of those moments, Kaz, where I heard a whistle on the other court, so I thought that they were going to stop the play, but for what reason? So loud in here today.
Leads back up to 7 for the Mystics. Price off the glass and in.
Price having a great game, 16 points and 10 rebounds for her.
And diving in again for the rebound, Irene Aboado puts it back in. She has been fantastic. 14 points and 11 rebounds. Leads back up to 7 for the Mystics. Vela. And that is going to be a foul called on Aboado. That's her fourth.
We had the perfect view of that. As soon as the play happened, Irene looked over and kind of went, what can I say? That's her fourth foul. Going to have a substitution here, so Duffy coming back in, and Issik
heading to the bench for Richmond. And Coach Rob Fairley will leave in Abodo with those 4 fouls, just under 4 minutes to play.
A couple more legends courtside, Kaz. You can see Georgia Gale and Siobhan Pryor.
Nicolette Fairley.
Nicolette Fairley's in the house, yeah.
Great to see the support, and you see a lot of these players.
Well, Georgia Gale coaching the team now.
Yeah. And Velas, great spin move to the basket, puts it in. Leads back to 5 for the Mystics. Imagine being a young player and being able to learn from the experience of Georgia Gale. Like, what a fantastic opportunity that is.
Likewise, looking up and seeing these players watching you,
Exactly. Ball's on the ground as Keys dives in for the jump ball against Duffy.
And Maisie Keys looking at the ref going, me? What? The referee's just having a little chat.
I think that's the most shocked I've ever seen Maisie Keys look. So that's a foul that's called on Keys.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good to get another look at that. She looks pretty surprised by that.
You can see here. I think we've got a player standing in front, so maybe it's.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? It's a light foul, but she's called for it.
So the Mystics picking up full court here. Godwin. It's a 5-point game. Hands it off to Reget. Godwin into Vella. Price. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Godwin shot short. Duffy underneath the basket. Can't get it to go. And that'll be a shot clock violation. So some really, really great defense there from the Mystics down the stretch. Holding on to a very slim lead here. Costa stops and pulls up. That's too strong. Price. Her shot doesn't go. And it's picked up by Finn over to Costa, and Finn just gets a bump there. So that's going to send Molly Finn to the line. I think she might have caught her neck.
Yeah, she's holding her neck there.
And Bade Isaac checks in. Carmen Price on her 4th foul is going to the bench. Finn at the line. First one doesn't go. And again, it's a tough end to be, isn't it? You're at the away team's end. The fans trying to put them off, and it doesn't work as Finn's second one goes. 6-point game. Just over 2:30 to play in the 4th. Godwin. Isk. And Hernandez looks like she's got a hand on that one. And it's out, going to go with the Mystics. And Price is coming back in, is it? Heading to the bench. Keys for the Mystics. Over to Finn. Mystics needs to get it over the line. Gets it to Abodo. Over to Keys. Finn to Abodo in the corner. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Abodo steps through to the basket. Can't get it to fall. Chases down her own rebound. The hustle from Irene Abodo as Hernandez steps through and draws the foul. Abodo, this game, Adam, has just been relentless. She sees the ball, she goes after the ball.
No, especially in the second half, Irene having herself a great game.
And that really, unfortunately, is the 5th foul, it looks like, on Price. So she is going to be out of the game. She's had a great game.
What a great game from Carmen Price. 16 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. She's worked hard all game.
Really unfortunate to foul out, but she should be definitely proud of the way she's played. She's been huge for Richmond as Hernandez hits the first. Second one rolls in. Basket's waved off as there was a foot over the line before the shot. So 7-point game, just under 2 minutes to play here in the fourth. Brugette. Over to Godwin. Warren's calling for it. She's got space and time for three, and it doesn't go.
Well, she certainly took the right shot there. She composed herself. She had plenty of time. It was definitely the right decision to make that shot. Lucky for her it didn't go in though.
Keys passing to Blake Smith, picked off by Brugette. Isabella spins. Duffy needs to get it out, and that is going to be a travel call on Richmond. We've got a substitution here, so Elisandra Costa checking back in, Molly Finn heading to the bench.
And what a game that Carmen Vella's had. 12 points and 15 rebounds.
And Chloe Vella, she's been huge again with Price.
Sorry, Chloe.
As Costa gets it over to Keys. Hernandez inside. And that's going to be a travel call. And again, Godwin and Vella just putting the pressure on their doubling Hernandez.
They forced her into stepping back there. Travel called. Well spotted by the referees. I've got to say the refs have done a good job in this one, Kaz.
Absolutely, yeah. Always a thankless task to be a referee.
He'd be a ref, but they've let the game play.
Warren, round to Vella. Duffy with the long two. Too strong off the glass. Rebound Hernandez. Going all the way, and that's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be end line Mystics ball. We got 50.2 to play.
Richmond are going to call a timeout. 50 seconds left. 7-point game. Kaz, we've seen it before.
We have. We absolutely have. You can't count anyone out.
No.
And 50 seconds is a long time to play in basketball.
It's a very long time, especially with teams of the quality of Manchester and Richmond, especially today. Mystics going to be a little bit disappointed that they let Richmond so far back into this game, but what a job Richmond have done to do just that.
They really have.
Vella's been sensational. But it really has been a great matchup for the bigs. Sarah Blake-Smith as well has been sensational. 12 points, 15 rebounds. She has an index of 23, Vella 22, so that says it all. Such an even matchup. Both players having a great game.
And then you look again at the Mystics. So Irene Aboado, 16 points, 13 rebounds, 7 of them offensive, and she's been crucial in those second chance points for the Mystics, getting that offensive board and putting it back in.
And it's got loud behind the Mystics bench. I can see the fans going crazy. I can see Irene's mum, Judith. I can see Karen Keys, mum of Maisie. They're going nuts.
They're back on court. It's
and then right on cue, behind us, Richmond start bringing the noise.
Costa. Mystics with time here. Can run the shot clock down. Keys. Over to Costa. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Costa spins, steps through to the basket, shots up, doesn't go. So Richmond need to get some quick points here. Brugette. Godwin, threes up, and that's going to be too short. Rebounds pulled down by Irene Aboado.
Well, Richmond had a player hanging on the wing there, wide open.
And Hernandez is going to be called for the travel.
Ricardo Leroy was wide open there. I'd have perhaps got to her a little bit sooner to put up a three.
As the Knights need to get something in. Long pass over to Vella. Great job there from Warren to get it into Vella. As Reguette steps through against Blake Smith, drops it in. And that looks like it's going to do it. Richmond don't look like they're going to foul, and that will do it. The Manchester Mystics are your under-16 girls champions. Congratulations to them. 59-54. They take the win over the Richmond Knights. It was a hard-fought game. Richmond coming back into it after being down 16. What a game. What a performance from both teams. Absolute credit to Richmond for not giving up and fighting back throughout the whole game. The Mystics were led by Irene Abodo, 16 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 blocks. And Sarah Blake-Smith had 12 points, 15 rebounds. And Alexandra Costa on 13 points with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And I've got to mention Alexander Hernandez's 7 steals. And the Richmond Knights, Carmen Price, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 4 steals. And Chloe Vella, 12 points, 15 rebounds as well. A huge, huge performance from so many players on both teams. But congratulations to the Manchester Mystics. They are your under-16 junior Final Fours champions. As we see both teams shaking hands. And Adam, what a start to today.
Well, it's everything that you want out of Final Fours, isn't it? A close game. You know, Mystics look to get out to the quick start, and then Richmond clawed their way back into it. You know, it's great to see these players stopping and giving each other a hug. They know each other from international basketball. Maisie Keys just gives us a smile there. Congratulations to the Mystics. Great game from them. But what a start to the day.
And hey, that's just going to set the tone, I think, for the rest of the day.
Hannah Olsen just looks down to us at the commentary booth there. I think she might have had a couple of heart attacks during that game. And of course, Rob Fairley manages to repeat.
And that's a difficult thing to do, isn't it?
It
And
is.
especially, you know, at age groups, you can have a bit of a turnaround, some new players in, and it's so great to see the culture of this club that we see. You know, me and you are around the Mystics and the Magic team quite a bit, and it's so great to see the friendships as well that you see on teams like this. You can see they're a great bunch of players that really enjoy playing together.
Well, the trophies are on the floor. I think we're going to try and get some post-game reaction, and let's see what we can do to bring some post-game reaction from the Mystics. But for now, they're just setting up for the presentation.
So
let's see who we can find.
So we've got to talk MVP here. So obviously some massive performances from Richmond.
Well,
and again, they should be very pleased with how they played. Unfortunate to come up short again.
Yeah.
And it's games like this, isn't it, where you like it's almost a shame someone has to lose.
Really
but
is.
Richmond should be very pleased with how they played. But for Manchester, Adam, who you've got to pick. Well, you don't have to pick. Someone's got to pick an MVP.
You know, there's been a couple of players for me. You know, everybody's worked hard. You know, Hernandez worked so hard in that first half. She got herself in a little bit of foul trouble, but she played her game. Sarah Blake-Smith for me was a big part of the difference. 12 points, 15 rebounds. She was spectacular, but for me, Irene Obowodu, 16 points, 14 rebounds and 3 assists. Kept it together.
And 2 big blocks.
Yeah. So in answer to your question, Kaz, there's several MVPs for me, but I've got to give a big shout out to Vella for the Richmond Knights. I thought she was spectacular today. That matchup in the middle with Blake Smith was great. I love seeing these tall players going to work in the paint. Both players are spectacular today. The fact that they both finished on an index of 23 just says it all.
It shows, doesn't it? And do you know what? The exciting thing about that is that's not going to be the last time we see those two go up against each other, or maybe even playing together on the same team. You know, when you can look at the international level.
And also Price for Richmond had herself a great game as well. really impressed with her, but a great start to the day.
It is, and also on the other court we have the results of the third place playoff for the under-16 girls. That is a Ipswich win over Kohler, 53-47. As Adam just tries to sneak out, we're kind of boxed in here in the commentary area. So third place goes to Ipswich under-16 girls. Congratulations to them. A big game from Mayo Wiseman, finishing with 16 points and 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And also in the under-14 boys game, the Baltic Stars finishing over the London Elite 73-70. So stay tuned to the Basketball England YouTube channel, because coming up after this game, it will be the under-16 boys final. That will be the Baltic Stars against the Sussex Storm, due to tip off at 12:15. So teams just getting there, ready for their presentations. We will bring you some post-game interviews with the winning coach from the Manchester Mystics, Rob Fairley, very shortly. But first, the presentations.
So Dan is on the floor. He's going to take us through the awards ceremony. And Kaz, I think in a couple of minutes after the awards, you're going to be having a chat with Rob Fairley and the MVP. Yet to be announced.
So we've got the winners' medals and the runners-up medals for the Kohler Southwark Pride team. And they've just finished their third place game against Ipswich. Ipswich taking the win in that one. And again, it's just been a great weekend of basketball, hasn't it? I mean, yesterday was a fantastic day of action.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's a great thing that we get these third, fourth place playoffs, so the teams get
totally,
to finish again.
Yeah. I mean, it's, these teams travel from a long way, so you know it's good that they're assured they're going to get 2 games. Obviously, they both want to be in the finals, but great that there's a third and fourth place game. But yeah, it's starting to get busier in Bellevue. Both sets of fans on the feet.
And we just once again like to thank everybody for watching on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Stay with us throughout today, as we'll be bringing you all the action from the finals. Again, a big thank you to our sponsors, Dynamic, Wilson, Sure Shot, Sports Serve, and Basketball England for putting on such a great event. We see now Ipswich picking up their third place medals, and congratulations to them. So coming up after this game is going to be the under-16 boys final. The Baltic Stars taking on the Sussex Storm. It's due to tip off at 12:15. We're still, it might still be that time.
I just had a handshake and a hug with a dear friend of ours, Kaz. Malachi Bochet. He had him, former Magic player, now a coach.
And absolutely tearing it up for the Sussex Bears.
Yeah. Malachi in a suit is something you don't see often. Now he's coach Malachi, good for him.
And the Richmond Knights here, picking up their runners-up medals. Again, a real tough, hard-fought game from them. They never gave up, went down by 16. Really pushed the Mystics behind some big performances. Chloe Vella, Carmen Price, everyone really contributing on the team. And again, we've seen these players before, Adam. This isn't going to be the last time we see these. Manchester Mystics, the under-16 girls champions at this weekend's junior Final Fours. Huge congratulations to them. They retained their title after taking a 7-point win over Richmond last season. They've done it again this year with a 5-point win. Massive congratulations to them. A couple of huge performances as we wait to see who will be named MVP for Manchester. You see there as well Rose Piskorska, Karina Costa, unfortunately injured for the team. And again, all the players that have played a huge part in getting them through this season. Their 16-0 season, first in the North Premier Division, topped off with a win today. And coaches Rob Fairley, Nat Furtado and Hannah Alty are going to be very pleased with that result today. All that hard work that they've put in throughout the season. And
sounds like it's Irene.
Irina Boadzo is your under-16 girls MVP. Congratulations to her. 16 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. She hustled from the first whistle to the last whistle. A massive performance from her. Huge congratulations. And very well deserved. And follows up her National Cup MVP back in January with today's MVP. As captain Maisie Keys is going to go and pick up the winner's plaque. Keys with 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists and a block in today's game. And the Mystics start to celebrate. Again, huge congratulations to them. What a game. What a start to today. What a start to the finals. And that's just game 1.
Yeah, plenty more to go. 1 down, 3 to go. we're going to be hopefully getting some words from Kazi, who is going to speak to head coach Rob Fairley and MVP Irene Obuodu. She's just going to fight her way through the crowd and the photographers. And she's going to be right with us. Just give us a couple of seconds while she grabs those two people, and we'll be right back with you. Okay, so we're going to go courtside in just a second with Irene Obuodu and hopefully Coach Rob Fairley. I can see Kaz has managed to get through the crowd. It's busy over there. There's a lot of people and players around, but as soon as we can, we're going to hand over. Okay, and we're going to go courtside with Kaz Bullock. She's with MVP Irene Obuodu.
Congratulations on today's win.
Thank you.
How are you feeling after that?
Feel good. The game got close, but we pulled through. We all worked together, made a contributive effort to win the game.
Yeah, a real all-round team effort. And when you went ahead, they were able to come back. How are you able to keep your composure there, just stick together as a team?
You just have to trust in your abilities and what we've worked through all through the season. You just have to, work together. There's some next level connection to be able to pull through. So,
Well, that's fantastic. And you have an under-18s game in a couple of hours as well. You're preparing for that one? Yeah, I'm gonna have to stretch and recover before that game. Yeah, great. Well, congratulations again, and congratulations on your MVP.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's Irene Obuodu collecting her MVP award, and great to hear words from her. She's obviously a veteran at these Final Four tournaments now. And it looks like we're going to be speaking to Coach Rob Fairley. He's just heading down to Caroline now. Yeah, and we're going to go courtside where Kaz Bullock is with Rob Fairley courtside. Kaz, over to you.
I'm here with Coach Rob Fairley. Rob, congratulations. How are you feeling after that one? A bit of a close game.
I think I had a few minor heart attacks towards that fourth quarter there. The girls went up pretty well in the first quarter. They did a great job. But any team we've ever played with Isaac Cameron as the coach, they never ever go away. They play so tough. Came all the way back, and I'd be lying if I said I thought we had it in the bag. I thought there was a very pivotal moment in the fourth quarter. It could have gone either way. I think we did a real good job of getting a few chippy scores at the end there, and that really gave us that little cushion. I don't think we were inspired today, but I think the girls did enough to get the win. They had enough about them to tough it out. Yeah, and just speaking to Irene as well, she was saying the sort of the connection that they have, it really helps them being able to come through that, keep their composure. That's it. I think some teams would have been forgiven for mentally crumbling at parts there, and I think we were, if I'll be honest, teetering on the edge of that. But I think particularly Captain Maisie Keys has really come a long way mentally and was able to hold everyone together. she, you know, got everyone in as one, knew what the assignment was, knew what we talked about at the timeout, and did her absolute best to make sure that happened on the court. You know, I think Ellie Costa had a great game today. She scored early on, but did a good job in the second half of slowing us down.
Yeah.
Was a safe pair of hands with the ball, made some pretty good decisions. And you know, a massive shout out to Sarah Blake, who I thought was incredible. She was huge. I think if you look on the plus minuses, I think our highest plus was with Sarah on the court. You know, she was snatching every single rebound. She scored better than I think she has in the past before. She really showed up for this final today. Really proud of her. And again, Irene's Irene, isn't she?
She is.
Irene will always be Irene.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, and I'll let you go and celebrate with the team.
Thanks so much, Kaz. Thank you for all your work as well.
Thank you.
Take care.
Rob Fairley down there with Kaz Bullock. So we want to thank you for joining us for Game 1. Game 2 coming right up on the Basketball England YouTube channel. We're going to be bringing you the under-16 boys final. Baltic Stars versus Sussex Storms. We'll be with you in around about 35 minutes. We'll see you shortly.